Hello friends, all of you are most welcome in this webinar. The title of webinar is Journey of Leadership, Learning and Practices. I am Dr. Sunil Yadav, Principal of Sundaram Central School and CEO of Liberty Solution STS. Thank you very much for joining this journey of personal growth and leadership. This is series number 5. And in this series, I will be discussing about excelling in making phone calls. Before these, I have already shared 4 series. I hope that all of you may have watched my first, second, third, and fourth series. This one is 5th series. If you have watched, it will become very easy to understand this series. Before starting this, I request all of you please subscribe this channel. Please subscribe. Okay, well done. So in this series, I will be talking about excelling in making phone calls. It is said that leader must be excellent speaker, excellent listener. But during present time, it also matter where leader is speaking, what he is listening, and which platform he is using. Presently, due to COVID pandemic emergency, most of the leaders, they are not in face-to-face contact with their team. Either they are communicating with their team members on virtual platform or they are making call. Every time we cannot discuss with our team, we cannot share ideas with our team on virtual platform by making video calls through Zoom or Google Meet or any other things. So there is one question. With all the leaders, they have to develop one more skill that is called, they should become very, very excellent how to make phone calls. So all of you are most welcome in this seminar. Let us start this. So before making call, you have to consider 2 things. Why you are making a call? What is the purpose of making call? If you don't know what is the purpose of making call, if you don't know to whom you are calling, they may be also not knowing. If you call without purpose, that is a totally waste of time. And you are ruining your credibility as well. So first of all, ensure that your purpose of making call is clear. If purpose is not clear, then you are wasting your time and you are losing your credibility. Now, defining the purpose. You have to define the purpose. If you cannot define what you want, it means you don't have purpose. So what we have to define? We have to define ideal outcome. What is the ideal outcome? What should be the ideal outcome of that call? It may be, suppose, whether you are in a corporate sector, you are a business owner, you are in a school. If you want to increase the budget for paying salary of your staff in corporate sector or in educational institutions or anywhere, and you want to present your this demand before the management and you are making call. If this purpose is not clear, if outcome is not clear, you cannot convince your management. You cannot convince the decision makers. Now suppose if you are making a call to any parents about the payment of fee, and parents are getting ready to pay the fee on that day, this should be also an ideal outcome. If there is some adjustment, if you have taken some decision because of COVID, you want to reduce fee. Yeah, because of COVID, you want to reduce the salary of your staff. All these purposes should be clear in your mind. Only then make call. Otherwise, please don't make call. While making call, there may be undesirable outcomes. Instead of increasing budget, your management may decrease the budget also. They will say that because of pandemic, the income is less, therefore less fund will be allocated. Yeah, if you are working on any project, customer can cut request down. They may say that now I want to do this project with you. They may give that project to some other person. In such a condition, you should be ready to rebid against competitors. So this should be taken into consideration while fixing the purpose and while making plan. There are different types of call. So different types of call should be having different purpose. Now suppose there is a initiation call. Purpose of an initial call. The purpose of initial call is to develop a professional relationship. If you don't know other person with whom you are talking, you have to learn the name of the other person, name of his company, what is his profile, what is his designation. And if it is an initial call, you want to set up a meeting or ask for an introduction. This should be the purpose of initial call. Then there may be follow-up calls. You have fixed something, then follow-up call, return and report. It shows the reliability. Suppose you have one customer, you told that, yeah, call me after 2 days. So after 2 days, you have to call. Then only the customer will consider you are reliable. Follow-up call is also meant to talk about the future. In case there is some new schemes are coming, if the demand of uh, customer is like that, that product you are not having, so you have to maintain such relation that you have to discuss that in case presently I don't have this type of product, but in future, if there is some product is being launched by your organization, of course I will be calling you. The purpose of follow-up call also, you have done initial call, whether the customer is thinking about your product or not. Follow-up call is also meant to get some more information, as well as to make a schedule for second call. There are third type of call that is called information call. Through this information, information call, we collect information about the organization, about the company, about the person who will be taking decisions. And this call is also made to convey, share your information with that person. Sometimes we also made a cold call. Suppose you want to, there is some vacancy of teacher, yes, there is some seats are still vacant in your school in particular section. You can, in that condition, you can make cold call to a new customer and you can request a meeting. Now, suppose you have done all the planning, your purpose is fixed. Now you have to begin your call. First information, first thing you have to take care, set the tone of your call. Be very polite and diplomatic. Set the direction, define the purpose, and ensure that you are getting desired outcome. Sometimes when your tone is not right, your direction is not correct, your purpose is not defined, you will not be getting desired outcome. Then you have to identify who is on the call, with whom you are talking. Then share basic information and note down the basic information of the person with whom you are calling. Write down the names, write down the roles and title of the person. Once you have noted down the information about the opposite party, you have to introduce yourself. Sometimes introducing self is most uncomfortable. Many a time, most of the people think that it doesn't matter. You should emphasize only those areas in which you are working. Avoid self-denigration. Be proud of the value you bring and always ensure that your introduction should be very short. It should not be very lengthy. Now, once you have started a call, you have fixed the tone, you both have shown trust and respect for each other, show interest in the opposite party. There are many variables: time, traveling, office, many variables are there. And always be intentional about the tone. When initiating the call, state the intention of your call, share the agenda with the opposite party, share what is your objectives, share the expected outcome. Allow enough time for a proper beginning. You should provide sufficient time for the opposite party. Appropriate introduction should be done, but all this should be covered in a small talk. Don't take too much time. When you are in the middle of call, your purpose, your objective, and your outcome should be shared with the parties. Your purpose, objective, and outcome should not be very big. Allow sufficient time to enhance relationship. Different situation will require different amount of small talk. Don't continuously talk from your side. Let the opposite party also talk. Keep in the beginning, keep your talk very small. Don't start lecturing person immediately. Suppose one objective is clear and you are having two, three more objectives. So you can, after getting the desired outcome of objective number one, you can move to next point. That is called transition talking points. Again, you have to do same thing. What is the purpose of next point? What will be your accomplishment? What are the agenda? What are different items? Even if suppose second point is also clear and you want one more additional point to be clear, first you have to thank for the clarification on that. If you don't have anything else to it, shall we move to forward? This statement should be said. Even in this additional transition, you have to always focus on the purpose and share relevant and tactful information only. During making a phone calls, you have to become better listener as well. Give sufficient time for the other parties share what they need to share. But don't overextend. Determine how much time they will need. Be intentional about letting them talk. Really focus on listening to others. When you are making phone call, always remember your body language also pays. Sometimes people think that there is no need of maintaining body language while making phone call, but they plays very crucial moment. They play very crucial role. So sit on the edge of the seat and you will see the difference. Stand up, sit back, sink into chair. These are different body languages which can be maintained while making a phone call. As per the objective, as per the purpose of your making call, you can become naturally thoughtful. If you are sharing some important, serious information, you had to become naturally thoughtful. If you are not satisfied with the service of the person, of course you have to show some anger on your call. Anger should be there in your sound. But it should never be forced smile. Have pleasant, interesting, and engaged interaction with the person with whom you are talking on phone. While talking, you can use your phone as you can use your hand as, though it will not be visible, but the person might feel the energy. Don't keep on talking. Talk, use your body language. It will not be visible, but it will be, the energy will be reflected through your voice. Body language is less influential on non-video calls. If you are making only audio call, then body language is not as influential as when you are making video call. So when you are making audio calls, your voice, focus on your voice. Your voice will have a greatest impact on your communication. So to have a great impact of your voice, pronounce each words so they are understandable. Make sure you are audible to everyone. Talking fast or slow should be intentional. You should be deciding when to speak slowly, when to speak fast. Sometimes it is okay to allow for silence or take pause as a communication tactic. Without understanding participant, you cannot have a great phone call. Understand the roles of every participant and also figure out the relationship between each person. You have to understand not only your purpose, but the purpose of opposite party as well. You can better understand, if you understand their purpose, you can better understand why they act or react. Why they ask certain question. Why they want to tell you certain things can be traced back to their purpose. And you have to understand roles of the participant, relationship of the participants, power and authority of the person with whom you are talking. Out of many person, you have to identify most powerful person with critical information, person who make decision, and the person who influence the decision maker. These are the people who are most powerful. Before making call, sometimes you have to research the roles and responsibility of various person in that organization. And sometimes if you have not this information while communicating, while talking with them on the phone, you can guess and learn during the conversation who is going to take decision. Otherwise, you can directly ask during introduction, you can ask what is your profile, but sometimes it is not diplomatic. While making phone call, some distraction may also come. So you have to remove all these distractions. These distractions, if they are not, you are not fully prepared, everything is not planned, these distractions can make or break your call as well. So you have to prepare to remove all the distraction by having defined purpose, by having desired outcome, by talking points, by preparing a list of questions. You can remove distraction by turning off your notification, silencing your mobile phones, do not disturb, close tabs, shut down email of the clients. While making call, also you have to consider the demands of body. Fill up your drink, use the restroom before making call. Language can be also a distraction. Jokes, words, and phrases may be also distracting. Sometimes, when we are not listening properly, we can mispronounce the name of the opposite person. So, note down the names and their roles. Refer others also by the name. You can help other opposite party in remembering the name of the person. You have to note down anything to remember later, anything from the conversation, talking points, thought about those talking points, how others are acting or reacting. These things need to be noted down while doing conversation. Sometimes if you are, suppose you have made a call with a dirty hand, so don't avoid doing these things. Some work is there, you are driving, some work is there, don't make call. Some very relevant work you are doing during that time, don't do any call. You have to make the relevant notes of your call also. What are the points to be discussed? What are the decision you have made? What are the options you have given to the person? What are the dates when you are going to recall that person? You can email follow-up also, documentation of highlights, list out who was supposed to do what, help others know what they need to do. You look the meeting seriously. Sometime you may not be having the answer a particular question. So in that situation, if you don't know any policy or program of your organization, that may be embarrassing as well as uncomfortable. So we can avoid this embarrassing and uncomfortable condition by simply, it feels unacceptable to not have an answer. It, if you are saying, I don't know, it might look like you aren't doing your job. If you are saying, I don't know, it looks like you are not prepared. But sometimes, I don't know is the best response you can give. It is no need to worry. It is okay to not know. Simply say, otherwise, if you are giving wrong information, you will be losing the credibility and integrity of your brand. It will be showing that you don't value the relationship. Sometimes there may be complexities on the call related with communication. The way you are communicating, the language the language in which you are communicating, the person may not be comfortable. There may be some problem with the relationship. There you are having different expectation. Your client is having different expectation. Sometimes complexities are unknown to you as well as your client or your opposite parties. Sometimes it will be complexity will be sudden and surprising. You should know how to handle those things. You should be ready to handle the surprises as well. So you should know, you should understand your roles by managing the conversation, by leading the conversation. Always be assertive. Communicate your position. Don't become emotional. Don't allow distraction. Play a level-headed game. Be principled and be firm. Be firm in your decision. The purpose of the call, you have understood the purpose, you have accomplished the purpose, and bring it back to the purpose. So if there are many things are included in call, so you can do call recap. It is helpful if there was a lot of information. It can ensure everyone is on the same page. It includes assignment made during call. It can be done very quickly. Make it easy to document the recap. Reiterate any calls to action. And during that time, if any party is having any miscommunication, you can clear those miscommunication as well. Now, after doing all these things, you have to end call on time. Don't overstretch your calls. But while ending your call thoroughly, you have to take care of, you have to give closures, ensure that there is a clear accomplishment. You have to discuss about next step. You know that expectations are defined, and if there was a surprise, you have reduced the surprise. Thank you very much, friends, for sharing your leadership journey with me. Very soon I will be coming with series 6. Till then, namaskar, bye. Again, I request you all people, if you have not subscribed this channel, subscribe this channel. And if you feel it is good, comment, share with your friends, family member, colleague for further updates. Thank you very much.